Well, hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Airlie Sports Stadium here on Championship Monday of the running of the 58th Memorial Tournament in the name of Vic Guth. On behalf of the Auckland Softball Association, I'm Jason Gerbies, aka Jobber. Great to have you along on behalf of Ballpark Broadcasting for this one. We'll have all games live from Diamond 1 here on Championship Monday. The winner of this one coming up next will be Auckland United taking on Pōneke Kalburni in a major quarter-final. The winner will go to the semi-final. That's slated to start at 1 o'clock, running a little bit behind time as the last match on Diamond 2 finished a little late. So we'll see what time that does start. But 1 o'clock, the semi-final. That'll be the winner of this game will take on Papanui from Christchurch. And then the winner of that semi-final, 3 o'clock scheduled, is the grand final of the Vic Guth Mount Albert Ramblers. Awaits the winner of all these matches. It's a beautiful day here at Airlie Sports Stadium. And before I go any further, in commentary with me today, one of my fine friends, Auntie Rowena Smith.
Morena whānau, morena to everybody out there. It's been fantastic softball for the whole weekend, Chopper, so this is going to be a pleasing game after United taking Dodgers this morning to a great win to 4-2. So let's see what they can come up with today.
Both teams on fire here on Championship Monday. Should be a beauty, this quarterfinal sudden death matchup. We'll give you the lineups as shortly as we get going, but lead-off hitter here for the Pōneke Kalburni will be Campbell Markia, left fielder. Bailey Huani starting on the hill for Auckland United. First pitch is high and inside. Rest of the batting lineup for the team from Wellington, Pōneke Kalburni, or PK, as affectionately known by everyone else, is Riley Markia hits 2, the centre fielder Jerome Reimaki will be hitting 3. Thomas Markia and Thomas Cameron are in the meat of the batting order, hitting 4 and 5. Josh Pettit will hit from south, the pitcher. Tyson Byrne, Norpeter Stockfitter, and as Joe Simpson-Smith, the starting catcher for Pōneke Kalburni, rounds out their batting lineup. Defensively now, if we look at the team from Auckland United, left to right in the outfield will be Campbell Anoka, Ben Anoka, and Alphonse Oveni Kovas. In the hot corner at third base is Brock Adderwell, shortstop Caleb Rona. Second base today for Auckland United is Dante Matakahati, a pickup player from the Miramar Club out of Wellington. First base is Ruben Torpia. Behind the dish, Isaac Fletcher. That's probably going to be one of the stories this weekend. Isaac Fletcher donning the catcher's mask. And as we mentioned before, Bailey Huani is the starting pitcher. Both teams playing with a DP. We'll get to that as we go through. This one's up in the air, long-ranging motion from both centre and right field. It'll be Oveni Kovas that'll take the catch for the first out. So this quarterfinal matchup, Auntie Rowie, Auckland United, PK, two powerhouse clubs in New Zealand. What do you think we're going to see?
I know we're going to have an exciting game for a start, and both teams have got the calibre of all the players from 1 to whatever, 15, 16 on both sides. So it's going to be a pleasing match for everybody to watch. And you know, the two sides, one from down the PK, down Wellington, and also one here, the Auckland United, who's running this tournament. It's actually quite a given for them to be here, but they've got a long road to go because they had to do the long yards today, starting with the 9 o'clock. So they've got to keep going to back. I have faith in both sides to produce an outstanding game, as everything else does.
High inside. This one collects the front shoulder of Riley Markia. He'll trot down to first base, albeit with a little bruise.
Yeah. I'm sure it didn't hurt him that much.
Is he the strong young lad is Markia? I tell you, he's strong straight after him. Jerome Reimaki, the shortstop for PK. This guy's trouble with the capital T with the bat, isn't he?
Oh, he's a very, very strong batter in all ways and one. So watch him, because young children, young men, this is how it's done.
One of the premier hitters in New Zealand, if not the world at the moment, is Jerome Reimaki. So one down here, Markia aboard at first base. That one comes down the tram line. The strike zone this weekend, I talked to Nathan Nukunuku a little bit about it. The umpires have tried to tighten it up a little bit, just keep it on the plate. Predominantly in New Zealand, we have that outside ball that gets caught, so they're trying to eliminate that. And I guess the hitters have got to adjust as well.
They do, and it's got to be a given for the Worlds that's coming up. So they practice enough in this. This is what's going to be all about at the World Champs. So we're going to be there.
It is indeed February 22, 2022. The LA Ballpark here, Rosedale Park, in conjunction with Softball New Zealand, will host the WBSC Men's World Cup. Looking forward to that. 11 of the best, or 12 of the best nations over 11 days will battle for the title of world champion. Ramaki with a hard drive.
Beautiful hit.
That'll split the outfitters. Markey is on the trot, won't break stride, and he will stroll in for the first run of the ball game. That's why Jerome Ramaki is known as one of the hardest hitters in the country.
Yes. And you can see the way that he struck that ball and found the gap. There was nothing really much that the outfielders could do, but he hit it out strong, and then he scored that run.
So an early lead here for PK, taking on the home side. And as you mentioned just before, alluded to at the beginning of the broadcast, Auntie Rowie, Championship Monday for the teams that finish in 3rd through to 6th in the playoff section. They've got the long road.
Yes.
They've got to win 3 matches back to back to back just to get to the grand final.
Yeah, well, if they didn't drop their game yesterday against Papanui, which is the one that they could have got, then they wouldn't have gone the circle. But unfortunately, this is where they are, and they've got to actually fight for it now. So with the one run up, I'm sure they'll come back.
Well, they talked about last weekend in Wellington. Is up to bat here is Thomas Markey. Let's actually talk about him for a little bit. Been waiting to see Thomas bat.
He's a legendary in his own self, isn't he?
Oh, he is indeed, Thomas Markey. The best centre fielder New Zealand has ever had in the Black Sox. Just a simply outstanding athlete.
Oh.
And
it's treasurable to know that his whole family is actually involved in softball, right from his wife through to his sons and to himself. So it's an epitome to softball of what it's all about in the Black Sox team, and playing with the likes of Brad Rona, our own, here at home, and other people. It's a given.
He sure is indeed, and he's just rock solid in there. You're right, it's a family affair here for the Markiers. Thomas batting now. Riley just came in to score. Interesting enough, Ankara is here, as you were saying, supporting. Elijah will be running around somewhere. The youngest. But the other son, Dante, he's playing second base for the other team.
Yes,
what's going on there?
Oh, look, I mean, that's actually quite a lovely, lovely scent to know that you can play against your father. Like all of them have been this whole weekend, like the Ronas. They all played against each other. So I think, with the sports and softball, helps them a lot. And why not when you've got a great father like Thomas Markian? Hey, you can all do it.
You sure can indeed. It's great to see. Time called here. Thomas Markia sitting on a 3-0 count here. Just the one away, but Amaki in scoring position at second base. And that one just clips the edge. That low lifter from Hawani there just curls, doesn't it?
It does. And if you know Thomas Markey is batting, he's got a spot that he likes. Just got to keep it away from that area.
Poised and ready. Hitters count here for Markia. 3-1. And there's that outside edge that they have shut down here at the Vic Guth. And good to see too. And he'll pick up a well-earned walk there, does Markia. Thomas Cameron now, ex-Aucklander, been in Wellington for quite a while. Also, third pitcher in the lineup, for those who can't remember, back in 2004 with the Black Sox when they won gold medal in Christchurch. It's kind of put a pause on the pitching at the moment. The career in personal training. There's that lifter coming inside on Cameron. He's like, oh, that doesn't look too nice.
No, so he kind of moved and dodged that quite well. So
just see here, Hawani just motioning to Fletcher behind the dish. Let's go, let's go. Let's keep the rhythm going here. That one just clips the outside edge. Levels the count 1-1. It's a beautiful day here at Rosedale Park, Ballpark. Slated to hit the late 20s, early 30s today, so she's got to be a pearler.
She certainly is. It's a fine day indeed for softball.
Change up is good from Whiney. That's filthy.
Very good.
1 ball and 2 strikes now. On deck, Josh Pettit, posing pitcher, looking for an opportunity here. Outside, trying to drip it into their corner, couldn't quite take it.
Couldn't quite get that one, eh?
Levels the count 2-2. Monica Calburney hit from 1 to 9. Full of very experienced hitters as well.
Oh yeah, they certainly are. And you know, you got 2 runners out there, and this is where Bailey needs to really pull it and work hard. There he goes.
Pulls the string, worked so well last time, why not go there again? And first strikeout of the match for Hawani. It's the second out here in the top of the first innings. Hawani will face the opposing pitcher now, Josh Pettit. Pick-up player out of the Johnsonville Ball Club out of Wellington.
Wow. I mean, you know, the Wellington is actually quite strong in their softballers down there, aren't they? So why not? Give them the games that they need to play.
Black Sox starting pitcher is Pettit. Rise ball just clabs the top of the zone. The one thing though, some of those elite pitchers don't get to hit, and Pettit's probably one of those. He's actually a good hitter, but we saw him in fastball 45 for the Wellington side when they came up, and he was like one of their top hitters in that series.
It was indeed, yeah. And he just stroked at everything that was coming his way.
Makes sense to put him in the batting lineup. Here he is hitting 6 for PK here in the major quarterfinal. Change of pace. Look, that pitch from Hawani. You see that Bailey Hawani here, a pitcher who's been in the game for quite a while, took a little bit of a break, helping out his old birth club of Otahuhu, now picked up for AU. You can see the experience coming out. He knows he doesn't have to beat them with pace.
Well, that's right. And, you know, if he can do the job on the mount and Zach asks him of it at the back here, then he will achieve his pitching status. And there it is.
And that outside corner, change up and then a hard drop ball clips the corner. And that is outstanding delivery there from Hawani as they get started in the top of the first innings. Not before, though, of course, it was Jerome Ramaki drives in Markia for the first run of the ball game for PK. The lead 1 run to nil. Will stay with you so we can give the lineups on the other side before we get to the lineups. So let's have a look at the officials for this one. So you can see there Casey Smeeks visiting from Christchurch is at first base. Kevin Sheehy from North Harbour, he's at second. Mark Porteous, he's the umpire-in-chief this weekend over at third. And handing the reins, calling the balls and strikes, will be Andy McManus behind the dish. Graphics are still coming for the lineup, so we'll just give them to you anyway. Let's have a look at Auckland United now first. They bat from 1 to 9 as well, very deep hitting line of Avanti Road. Campbell Anoka will lead off. Pick-up player Dante Matakatia. I understand he had a very good PK Classic last weekend. Ben Anoka, the centre fielder, will hit 3. Alfonso Venikovas, the other Black Sox squad member, followed by another Black Sox, Thomas Anoka. So Ben, Alfonso and Thomas are 3, 4 and 5. Ruben Torpia, Isaac Fletcher, and then Caleb Rona and Brock Adderwell ran out the batting order here for Auckland United. Defensively for the boys in black from Wellington. At left field is Campbell Markia. Centre is Riley Markia. Right field is Thomas Cameron. In the hot corner third base now, Tyson Byrne turning the clock back there. Jerome Ramaki is his starting shortstop today. At second base is Kieron Bolger. He's been DP'd for by Norpeter Stockwood. First base is Thomas Markia, old veteran at first. Yes. And behind the dish is the young Joe Simpson-Smith catching for Josh Pettit on the hill. Josh Pettit As we mentioned before, Rowie, one of the premier starting pitchers for the Black Sox these days.
Yep.
He's got a couple of World Cups under his belt. He's truly one of the premier pitchers in New Zealand.
He is certainly that, and that's why he's actually in the Black Sox team. And let's hope that we can bring the ball at the World Games with Josh on that mound. I'm sure we will. We're going to have that bit of faith for him.
Looking forward to that. February
Yes.
next year. So a little over a year away now is the Men's World Cup, WBSC Men's World Cup. And you expect to see Josh Pettit as one of the three pitchers named there for New Zealand in that one.
And this is the beauty of this tournament too, Chopper, with the likes of all our men that we can look at to see who's going to be in the Black Sox future. With the young ones coming through as well, being picked up like Dante, Caleb Rayner. I mean, they've got idols to look at to say, hey, we're going to be in that spot one day. And what a treasure that's going to be for our men.
So Pettit delivers the first pitch to Campbell and Oka, swinging over the top of a drop ball. Pettit's MO, good rise ball, but even better drop ball. And taking a little leaf out of Bailey Hawaii's book there, a little change up.
There for that change up.
Second pitch of the match. I guess these pitchers have got to be careful about how they throw. They're going to win the match, do enough to win the match, but as we were saying before, it's a long road today, and for Pettit, he'll be on the mound for the majority of it, you'd think. So
Yeah,
4
absolutely.
games basically to pick up the title today.
Yeah.
Now, it's been done before last week in the PK Classic in Wellington. Hutt Valley Dodgers played 4 games on Championship Monday and won them all. This one's up.
Up in the air, and it's going to look
Close
like
to the
it's gonna go
fence,
out.
and it'll go foul out of play there from Byrne and Maraimaki. Hutt Valley Dodgers went the whole distance, and they
Wow.
had Regan Manley on the hill for every pitch of those 4 games there at the PK Classic. So can be done, but it is seldom that one of those teams does come all the way through.
Well, it does, and that's what you call stamina, total dedication in it. Once you get that all going together, it's like, I don't know, like maths. Just add it all together and it'll come. Oh, well, that hit the dirt. Bit of a mix.
That's the reason. I knew I should have paid more attention in class.
Come on, Chopper. You knew that.
I was always just trying to figure out, using the maths to figure out how long till playtime.
And have you... No.
All the time does the tuck
Okay.
shop open.
Some of us did not go for the lunches.
Well, if you ever get a chance to see Chopper in person, you'll know that he had a few lunches at his time.
Oh, my Lord.
Full count here on Anoka, getting his money's worth of lead-off hitter.
And he takes that walk.
Interesting pitch, that last delivery. I know he misses on the outside there, but it looks like he took a little something off that lifter on the outside edge.
And no matter, it's actually, put Campbell on first base, so here we go. Let's hope United can actually take opportunities now.
Well, one of the sons of Thomas Mark here, remember playing for the opposition. That is Dante Matakatia now.
Yes.
First pitch is down and away. Good idea right here. Look what I see from the young catcher, Joe Simpson-Smith. He can sense something's not quite right. He calls time goes out, allows Thomas Markey to come over. He'll steady the ship for sure.
And it's good to know that you can actually group, review things fairly quickly, so you know you can actually get that all together.
Back to the action now. 1 ball. Drop ball finds his zone this time. One of the things, I guess, for the umpires are bringing the zone back to the plate itself, which is where it should be, to be fair, is these pitchers are having to adjust too, aren't they? They're used to
Yes.
getting that call on the outside edge. And to be fair, some New Zealand pitchers have made a career of it. Just
Yes, they have.
pounding that outside edge, looking for the weak ground out of the weak pop-up. And now they've got the change that we've seen this weekend is they've got to work the inside.
Side. That's right.
There's one on the inside.
Yeah, well, there could be a good.
They'll
double
get the
play
lead
here.
runner. Good turn by Bolger at second base there. Not there in time though. But they do get the lead runner. Good defence by PK.
Still nice sharp throw. So, you could never know your double plays in that. But Dante got there anyway. And it brings up Ben. Ben Anoka on the pitch.
Premier centre fielder for the Black Sox and also Auckland United. Strong family again in softball. The
Absolutely.
Anokas over at Auckland United there. All three sons playing. Dad coaching at third base. Looking to get a double this time. 1 and 2. And beats it out. Does Anoka go to first base. But a good turn and throw there from Tyson Byrne at third base.
Yes.
Well drilled side this Punaka Kalbini team.
Yes, they are indeed, and they certainly know their softball inside and out. They live and breathe it, just like everybody else, so it's actually pretty to watch.
Warren Stoddart, head coach for PK. Thomas Markia there, of course, as a mentor. He'd have a lot of leadership qualities going on within the management.
What a legend to have in the side too, it's like everything else. You probably would want to look up to him quite well, the teammates that you've got behind him. So how much else of respect do you have for that man? It's huge. It's really huge.
You're dead right. Hard swing comes back to the screen here from Alfonso Venikovas.
He's had a good batting tournament this whole weekend, Alfonso. Just in the last game against the Dodgers, he smacked a 2 base just when they needed it, when they were down 2-1. So with him on second base would have evened it up, which they did. So watch him. He'll be back there.
I'll tell you what, the best pitch I've seen out there today from both hurlers is the change-up, isn't it?
It is indeed.
Unsettling, because you're dead right. They've all got plenty of power in the bat, don't they? Venikovas, one of the premier hitters. Knuckleball. Won't see that every day.
No,
But you will see Tyson Byrne throw that over in time. So that's us, one complete here. Real tidy effort from PK in the field for sure. Good defensive plays. They lead 1-0. We'll be back with the top of the second in just a short moment.
Within the ELE group, we have a range of companies and a very wide range of people. We have 3 core values: growing together. That means with our staff, our stakeholders, and of course with people like you, our customers. Building tomorrow today to build a better tomorrow for us and our customers. And thirdly, keeping it real. Doing things that are going to work for everybody and being mindful of the fact that we're not a corporate, we still have a family feel about our business.
Oh, welcome back here to continued coverage of the 58th Vic Guth Memorial Tournament here on behalf of Auckland Softball Club and, of course, presented by Ballpark Broadcasting. I'm Jason Gurbies, a.k.a. Chopper. Rowena Smith. Auntie Rowie is in the house with us for this one. This is the major quarter-final sudden death matchup between Punaka Kalbini in black and the home side Auckland United in the field in red. Top of the second innings, PK did grab a run in the top of the first. It's the scoreline at the moment, 1-0 here. It came off the bat of Jerome Ramaki driving in a runner. They'll lead off though with Tyson Byrne, Peter Stockford and Joe Simpson-Smith. 1, 2, 3 here, PK. Like the change up we saw out of Hawani on the hill, was we just see him bend over here and flex his knees, so hopefully he's okay on the mound. But he has managed to find that hard drop ball on the outside edge, hasn't he?
He has indeed. So he's actually trying to master that one because he certainly knows how PK can bat. So he's got to try some sort of way of his pitching to actually eliminate that.
7, 8, 9 in the batting order for you, keeping it score at home. For PK here, 6 batters go up in the first innings. As we mentioned, 1 run coming off the bat of Ramaki driving in Maki after being hit by a pitch. And kept his hands back, change up just sitting up there to be punished a little bit by Byrne. That'll bring up the bat now. The designated play, he's hitting for the second baseman, Kieran Bolger. That is Norpeter Stockford. Stockford now, family, big from the
hut.
Yes, a hut, and
Yeah.
family traces back to Levin and the Horowhenua, and that's where Norpeter has gone back to at the moment. Got a building career started in there, so good to see a young man falling into business.
And going home at that too.
Yeah, I'm sure the whānau is loving having Norpeter back in the house, that's for sure.
I'm sure they do. So this is where we're looking at United. They're kind of closing things up here a little with none down.
Bunt attempt by Stockford goes foul. They definitely, they saw the good defence by PK in their last innings. They're going to match that now, don't they, AU? They can't allow this PK side to get out to too much of a lead.
Well, they can't. And this is where the AU needs to really regroup and see what they're going to, the batter, Norpeter's going to actually put down. So he's got 2 strikes on him, so he's got to pretty much hit away now. Wow.
Hawani will know what Stockford's trying to achieve here. He'll be looking to counter it. 1 ball and 2 strikes, no chance to bunt anymore.
Yes, and he went.
And there you go, Hawani getting the job done.
But I suppose as a pitcher you kind of look, well, take a breath, I've got that one and let's move to the next one. So he got given that one on a silver platter.
Catcher now trying to get the job done as well as Joe Simpson-Smith here. Still set up to move the runner across. Fundamentals of softball, Auntie Rowie.
Yes.
How important are they?
Very, very important, especially when you've got a runner on one. Dropping the bunt is a job to do to actually, advance that runner around, because ideally with a strong batting side like PK has, and they can bat from 1 to 9, this is why you want to utilise that, the bunting option, if you can get it down on the ground and play it. It's always a nightmare for a coach to actually make that call, but if it succeeds, well, guess who actually reaps the benefit?
It is,
Players.
it is indeed. It's kind of like you got to do what the coach calls,
That's right.
but you have to have faith in it.
Absolutely.
The game of softball is a team sport, isn't it? And it
That's
includes the coaching staff for sure.
Absolutely. Bailey certainly has got the backup of all of his players around him, so he just needs to do one job with his teammates. And just speaking about Bailey, with his sister Krista Hawani, being the White Sox, we've talked about Black Sox. She's actually now in the White Sox team, so what a given with the family that he's got behind him.
Yeah, good sporting whānau is the Hawaii's. You did right. Krista's been in the White Sox for a while now.
So people out there, whānau is always whānau, you know.
2-2. And he gets the outside call this time. He'll be happy about that, Paul
Very happy. What a great job done by Bailey.
Back to the top of the shop now. Campbell Mark flew out to right field, his first at bat. First pitch is high and tight inside on Mark here. Hard down the line off Mark here. 2 balls and 1 strike now. Talking a bit about the coaching staff being part of the team. Warren Stoner, third base coach, head coach here for PK. Of course, a man of his experience, what does that bring to the team?
Oh, look, first thing is dedication, the respect from his players, knowing that he knows all that knowledge. It's something that your players want to actually thrive on. So if he's going to share that, and he knows what he's doing, why not?
Good man to follow, that's for sure. Trying to clip that outside edge and just a little too fine with that one, Hawani, and that'll put 2 runners on now.
Here we go with the next Markiev family member, Riley.
Riley Markiev, hit by pitch, first delivery in the shoulder. Back in the top of the first innings.
And it's interesting to see that the best friends are playing against each other, with Caleb on a shortstop with Riley on at bat. They've been friends for a long, long time, obviously, but this is going to be a massive, massive response with the 2 of them playing at each other.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of now their time, isn't it? You're alluding to the point that with both fathers, Thomas Markey and Brad Runner, legends of our game, played a lot together, not just New Zealand, but overseas, especially for the Black Sox and international club sides. Having growing up around the ballpark, watching those 2 men play, now getting to see how these 2 play against each other, how interesting is that?
It is. It's actually fantastic to watch, and not only just Caleb, Pitter as well, with Roosters. So, like I say, we speak a lot about family and whānau with softball. Now, how did they get here? They came and watched their fathers from when they were small, so they grew up with this whole sport. So it's actually a pleasure to see Riley at the bat hitting against his superb mates at shortstop with Caleb right there.
It's all about those little battles, isn't it? Well, we'd like to welcome our international guests through Amateur Sports TV in North America. And of course, with Ballpark Broadcasting here, Wellington Softball Association, Ponica Calburnie Facebook page up and running, as well as North Harbour. And of course, the host, if you want all the information on the Vic Girth Memorial Tournament, just head along to the Auckland United Facebook page and you'll be able to grab all of those details there, as well as all the other matchups to come later on. PK had runners on base in the first innings. They sent 6 batters up in the first innings. looking to try to repeat that effort here. Dangerous Jerome, but Amaki waiting on deck.
Yes.
Spinner off the end of the bat. This is difficult, and it does come out of the glove. Very hard for Markia there. Sorry, Matakati, I should say. And great base running from Campbell Markia into third base, going coast to coast on that one.
It was actually fantastic.
One of those
Base running.
pull cue shots off the end of the bat there of Riley Markia.
Yeah.
Just squibbles up the middle, a little hard to handle. And just like that, in the blink of an eye, PK double the score 2-0 now.
Yes, they do. But look at the advantage that they take. Every bit of, there's no precaution about their base running. They're just hard and fast and hitting those bases. So that's what the game is all about.
Well, trouble with a capital T.
There
Jerome
it
and
goes.
Amaki drove in the first run of the ball game with a line drive to centre left field. 2 runners in scoring position now. He goes to the first pitch, but a nice grab by Ruben Torpier at first base.
Fantastic cover right there. They certainly needed to stop that big batter, so because Thomas Markey was on deck with the 2 runners on. So well done, AU.
Good defensive play to complete here the top of the second innings, but not before Riley Markia squids one through the corner ball on the 8 ball, if you like, in the corner pocket up the middle, and they double the score. 2-0 PK lead. We'll be back with the bottom of the second in just a short moment. Here on the iPad. Both for both teams. Yeah, so this other game 22, 24, she might have called it 22. Is there another one? Oh, today, that's it. Just come back with a live shot and I'll talk through. Welcome back to ELE Sports Stadium here, ladies and gentlemen. Good news, not far away from the graphics being all loaded up into the cloud, so we'll get them to you shortly. We have given you the lineups verbally, but it's always good to see them, our new graphics package. Auckland United, I need to answer right back here. PK have plucked in a run in the top of the first and the top of the second. Gives the scoreline 2-0 at this point. But we all know this Auckland United team are full of calibre hitters, aren't they, Auntie Rowie?
They certainly can. And they proved that in the last, well, not just only the last game, all tournament long. So we've got Thomas Anoka up. He hit it out of the park just a minute ago, the last game I mean. So let's see if he can try and bring that back to us.
He'll be looking to put some spark in the batting lineup for sure. After Anoka will be Ruben Torpier and Isaac Fletcher, 1, 2, 3 here. So good quality 3 batters in the meat of the batting order here for Auckland United. Just a little pause here as Peter gets the ball back. I see him looking at a fingernail or something on the end of his hand. Hopefully nothing going on there for him. Outside low lifter, too far. Thomas Anoka, a designated player in this one, hitting for the pitcher Hawani.
Which is actually a wonderful call from Duncan because he actually pitched the last inning, and that was a wild pitch from the catcher that he couldn't control, so he advances Thomas to 1.
Big swing over the top of a change up there, right? A good presence of mind by Inoka to take off on that. So he's safely aboard on first base. And looks like not only, just changing the leg guard. You did right, Thomas Inoka come on to pitch in the 9 o'clock match. Help get their team over Hunt Valley Dodgers. And
wow. That doesn't look very good. Whew. With the pace of that pitch, it certainly probably would have hurt that.
And Torpia, one of the number one gentlemen in the game these days, Ruben is, just takes one off the leg, and that's never very nice at all.
I see that being iced at the end of the game, I would imagine. So yes, he's just going to be walking that off for a while. Oh well, a little bit anyway. But we'll get a runner on for him. Good call, Duncan.
Pettit just asking the question as you're right, the designated runner comes out. That'll be Ben Schwarbrick coming on the run for Auckland United at first base. Just asking the question along the lines of, did he get out of the way of that pitch? Was that pitch, just inside, or was it, over the plate? And I guess every pitcher's going to ask that question, aren't they?
Everybody. I mean, it certainly is something that you can actually challenge, but...
Well, it's one of those things, though. We were talking about the strike zone being buttoned up. So they've got to use the inside. And there's an example of a batter being maybe close.
Yes.
And just getting clipped. Good pull bunt here. Oh, shovel throw. Going home.
And he got him. Home. Well done, Zach.
Nice play by Pettit to shovel it over to Markey to get the force out of first base. Markey then throws home. Unlucky enough for the catcher, Simpson Smith just can't handle the ball, and Auckland United pick up their first run of the ball game, 2-1 now.
And wasn't that really nice to watch? Pretty to watch from Zach with that perfect bunt, and even with the fielding. What a great fielding that was from both Josh and Thomas Markia. Just coming out of from glove to glove, it wasn't hand to hand. That's just amazing defence.
Got to do what's got to do here. Yes. Caleb Ronna now will come in for Auckland United. Talked a little bit about him and his fathers.
Yes.
Markia and Ronna.
He has simply grown in the Auckland United club since leaving Northcote.
Second year at Auckland United.
Yes, and he's actually come to his own playing skills, obviously. But yeah, he has actually been exceptional at shortstop for AU and all the way. Oh my gosh, another hit.
That one comes in and clips the side here. And it's fair to say I don't think Josh Pettit's too happy on the mound at the moment.
No, he's not. It's kind of like how many hit pitches has he had in this game? It can't be very good for a pitcher. It'll unsettle you for a little bit.
I'll tell you what, if I was the next batter coming up, I wouldn't be too comfortable in there anyway. When Josh Pettit's angry, things don't go well for you.
No, so you just got to be kind of mindful and watch that ball.
Brock Adewale now.
Well, here's a real huge opportunity for United.
Adewale goes at the first pitch. I reckon that's the right answer too. Go straight at the pitcher.
Yeah.
One of the things that Auckland United's done here is that they've unsettled Pettit a little bit on the hill, haven't they? Even have. With the lead. PK leading 2-1 at this point. Change up, just hanging.
So as you can see, there's one down, and we've got our corners actually occupied.
It is Ben Schwarbrick running at third base, the designated runner, and Mark here after being hit by pitch, hobbling at first, I imagine.
Yes.
Checks the swing at the top of the zone. No, he doesn't check the swing, says Smeeks down at first base umpire. So 1-2 now, the count on Adewale. You have to say Brock Adewale must have the longest hair in softball on the male side.
You can't miss him, that's for sure. That is definitely Right, Chopper.
To be fair, I'm just jealous. I can't grow here anymore. Ravi.
Yeah, well, we'll leave it for Brock to have. It's his trademark, I'd say.
It is indeed. 2-2, be yourself. That's the way you should be anyway.
Absolutely.
Tries another rise. We flailed at one earlier, couldn't hold back. This one a little higher now, though. Full count on Adewale.
Very interesting with, one down and there's a full count on Brock. Normally, in this situation as a pitcher, you'd want to take them out. And
Looking for a Texas league, but it can't quite get it out of the infield.
no.
Bolger will take the catch for the second out here. But they go back to the top of the shop now, Auntie Rowe. It'll be
Yes.
Campbell and Oka. As you mentioned before, runners are coast to coast at the moment. Probably only a matter of time before young Rono is unleashed from first base.
Yes. Got to upset, just do the running.
Goes at the first pitch, this mark here, but it's a fly ball to left field. And he'll take that comfortably, Will Campbell. And that'll do Auckland United here in the bottom of the second innings. But it's not before Isaac Fletcher with a clever pull bunt down the first
Very
baseline.
much.
And some good base running by AU that give them at least one run here. And they're within one now.
They are indeed. And with their brilliant bunt, that was the opportunity that AU wanted. So guess what? They hopped on it.
They hopped on it indeed, and there's more action to come here. We'll be back with the top of the third. PK leading AU 2-1. Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the major quarter-final matchup here at the 58th Memorial Vic Guth Tournament on behalf of the Auckland Softball Association. I'm Jason Goobies, AK Chop. We've got Rowena Smith, Auntie Rowe in the house with us here today. Just to catch you up in the match so far, PK come out blazing guns in the top of the first innings. A hit pitch recorded by Riley Markia. Jerome Benamaki then dispatches a double to centre field, scores him, give them the first run of the ball game. PK then come out again. This time it was an error off the bat of Markia, that's young Riley, that drives in another run, so they were leading 2-0 at that point. Bottom of the second though, Auckland United have answered back off the bat of a clever running bunt from Isaac Fletcher. So that's where we are now, 2-1. Top of the third innings, and it'll be Thomas Markia, Thomas Cameron and Josh Pettit. 1-2-3 here for PK. Thomas Markia, as we alluded to in his first at-bat in this match, a true legend of the game. I tell you what, I just see here a note online from his sister Leanne. Let's go, Larry. I tell you what, that is going to be one of the most guarded secrets in softball.
Absolutely.
I have
Larry.
asked him so many times how he got the name Larry, and he always dodges the answer. So you know what, for all you guys listening out there across New Zealand and around the world, if you know how Thomas Markia got the word Larry, the first one to get it right and post the comment, we'll make sure you get a souvenir package sent from Auckland United. 2-1 now for Larry. Off the end of the bat, Manakatia makes the throw. That's nasty. You're not allowed to throw your dad out kind of one, young man.
Well, that's what I mean, the kids are coming through now. It's like, thanks, Dad. Thanks for coming, Dad, or something to that effect.
Yeah.
It's like when Peter was pitching against Brad the other day at the game. You know, he pitched out his dad, and he said, "Oh, thanks, Dad, for coming." So come on, it's all about our sons now.
Thomas Cameron now with an opportunity for PK. See our old mate Henry Collier, the number one fan for Punaka Kalbeni, is in the house.
Yeah.
And of course his love affair of KFC, he thinks it's a secret weapon for PK. Well, if he says it, maybe it is.
Maybe it is.
Pulling on the change up, Matakatia to take a knee and throw that over in time. Dante Matakatia, resident of the Gold Coast these days, but with all things COVID, and it's a little nicer back here these days, Auntie Rowie.
Yes.
He made the move to come back at Christmas time. I think he came right around Christmas Day into quarantine. And now here, I'm not too sure how long for, but I guess probably on his side. While it's safe, why not? Here he goes again. Nice play, and that's
Nice
why they've
hat
brought
trick.
him back over from Australia, haven't they?
Yeah, they have, and what a brilliant play. Good hat trick for him. And welcome home to him as well.
There you go. Welcome home from Auntie Rowie to you, Dante Matakatia, and 3 expert plays there in the top of the innings. We'll be back with the bottom of the third in just a short moment. 2-1, PK leading. Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We'll come back a little bit quick earlier for you because the graphics are up. How about that? So there's the batting lineup for AU, and this one was Inoka or Campbell leading off. Matakatia, the expert fielder at second base, hitting 2. Ben, Alfonso Vinikovas, 3 and 4 in the batting lineup. But it's Thomas, Rubin, and Fletcher. I reckon that part of the order from 2 all the way to 7, it's just trouble. So they're going to score a lot of runs here, Auckland United. Cater Brunner and Brock Adderwell running out their batting order. Defensively for PK now, let's have a look at them for you. We'll just have a look, make sure the graphic can come. No, it looks like it's not quite ready to go. That's okay. Well, we got them for you anyway. Let's remind you what that defensive lineup does look at like for PK. It's Campbell, Marker at left, Riley Marker at centre, and Thomas Cameron at right. Hot corner, third base, Tyson Byrne. Jerome Ramaki at shortstop, Kieran Bolger at 2. First base, Thomas Marker behind the dish, the young catcher, Joe Simpson-Smith, and Josh Pettit, JP, big guy on the hill. Until Nancy Rowie, how often you see this happen, but always seems to be you see someone do something good in the field,
Yes.
they seem to lead off the next inning. So
They
here's
do.
Dante Matakatia here after those 3 expert defensive gems.
Yes.
Now leading off here for the Auckland United side on the bottom of the third.
So let's see what he answers with his bat now.
Big swing there, pulls that one into the leg. I think we might see a few of those. We've seen a couple of hit pitches, but also a couple of those ones that come off the bat into your leg, because the pitchers now trying to beat that inside of the plate, aren't they?
They certainly are. And it's one of the pitches that they can actually throw. However, with Dante with his eyes on, you can just never know. Unfortunately, he just got himself out of that one.
Oh,
But there's a long way to go with this game.
sure is indeed. Pettit is obviously one of the premier pitchers here.
Absolutely. So, once I think when the Auckland United may be able to get on top of him, anything can happen.
For you watching at home, the road to the grand final is slated for 3 o'clock today. Mount Albert Ramblers are already through to the grand final. The winner of this one between PK and AU will take on Papa Nui at a semi-final matchup scheduled for 1 o'clock. Then on to the grand final at 3. So that's the road map, if you like. We had a couple of questions for you here. You can answer them in both the same comment if you like. Who's going to win this quarterfinal matchup, PK or AU? And then who's going to win the 58th Memorial Vic Guth? See who can pick the future already here. These mastermind ballers around the country and around the world.
Well, you know, I'll have to go with my my family in AU, which is the Anoka family. So my heart and soul is with them actually at the moment. However, it could, you know, softball is a funny thing with whatever the game can produce. I mean, I like all the teams that's come together today, this whole weekend. So.
Well, we've got one guess at Larry's nickname. We'll get to that when he comes up to bat next.
Very cool. Wow.
Hard hit ball right under the diving glove of Raumaki at shortstop. Ben Anoka, when he makes contact, that definitely stays hit, doesn't it?
It does indeed, and it travels.
So safely ball at first base, one out here. That'll bring up the right fielder now, Alfonso Venikovis. I remember for a whole year, or maybe a year and a half, I was pronouncing his last name incorrectly. And Alphonse was just too polite to come and tell me. And then eventually we were having a beer somewhere, I think in the beer garden or something, and he says, Chopper, can I tell you how to pronounce my last name? Because I tell you what, it's not written like a Venikovis,
No, it
that's for
isn't.
sure.
It's actually quite unusual, but at least he came and told you.
I think for a while there, I just went with Alphonse the whole time.
Be much easier to
Yeah.
do.
Change up. And that'll pop it up inside the infield. Bolger underneath that one.
Should have been a clean field, but he didn't quite make that pick up.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Apologies for a little pause there in the action. Sometimes happens. We're going to get our rest of our cameras up and running for you shortly. Get, Simon Watson back over here. We're going to tidy those up for you. But Auntie Rory, just give us a loot of what just happened the last couple of plays.
Well, you know, there was a bit of a delay with, you know, stopping the play with the pitcher and Thomas, you know, giving the ball to each other. And Thomas was asking that question. However, he came up and hit a ball upfield. And second base actually didn't feel that well and advanced him to first base with our runner on second. So now, with a pass ball against Ruben, has advanced our runners right around. And it's with 2 out. So Ruben, here we go.
Well, there you go. Ruben Torpia hit by pitch in his first at bat. He'd be looking for a different outcome here if possible.
Yes, well, let's hope so. If he can get the hit, be a bonus for our 2 runners that's out there already.
Big swing first pitch. Ball gets away from the catcher, Simpson Smith, but not far enough.
Great cover with the pitcher and third base, you know, Tyson and Josh, to not let Ben come home. Brothers in arms on the field now.
It is indeed. The both Anokas in scoring position here. Thomas at 2, Ben at 3. This one just drops down. 2 balls and 1 strike, 2 outs here. Josh Pettit trying to put another donut on the scoreboard. Auckland United with an opportunity right here with a single to grab the lead.
Yes, wow. It's right here for them.
Hard hit ball. Will it have the legs? Safety underneath that Campbell mark here. So just like that, Josh Pettit does the job, keeps them in the yard. and also keeps PK in the lead. We'll be back with the top of the fourth innings. PK will come out. They lead the ball game 2-1.
G'day, my name's Brent Mulholland. I'm the Managing Director of ELE. I guess what makes ELE quite different from others is all of our people have a technical and management skill set in the sectors that we operate. So ELE as a business operates in the civil, transport, construction, engineering and oil and gas sectors. We have branches in Christchurch, Wellington, Auckland, Hawke's Bay and New Plymouth. And we engage approximately 500 workers on any given day. So if you're a client looking for great staff for your business, we've got people that can help. We're easy to work with, non-corporate, and we like to think we just keep it real.
My name's Scott Mitchell. I'm the owner-manager of Fastway Canterbury. We have day-night gangs working here 24/7, so we have a need for day staff, courier drivers, office staff and night crew workers.
Well, welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen. Just resetting a couple of cameras for you there. So Poringi Kalbuni with a one-run lead here, Auntie Ray. What are they going to do here to get himself in a position to secure the win?
Well, they've got to play exactly what they're doing right now, and that's defensively. They've actually got that going. And obviously they're batting. Well, you know, they're strong batters, as I've mentioned before, and if they keep going with their line-up and keep batting and they string them together, AU will find themselves in a little bit of trouble. So I think, you know, PK's actually doing fine what they're doing. Just basics, sticking to it, and have the faith with Josh Pettit on the mound. There it is right there.
So if they can tag in an extra run or two here.
That would certainly help them. It would definitely help them. And we've seen them on the field, you know, with their runs on, but haven't quite brought them in. So they've got to do it from there. But as you can see, AU's actually been playing really well defensively as well. So they're not letting up throughout this game.
Two elite ball clubs in the nation, aren't they?
Yes.
Both AU and PK.
And there you go.
Tramline is perfect there from Hawani. So two quick outs here from PK in the top of the fourth innings.
Yeah, so both sides should never be underestimated. They're a league of their own, Chopper. Very, very strong. I've seen, you know, both sides can be down and out, but also can come back up. And that's where it actually gets a bit exciting.
Joey Simpson-Smith now. Exciting young player coming through the ranks. Still quite young, I believe. Maybe not even hit 20 years of age. Out of Manawatu originally, now playing his ball in the Wellington region for, I think, like second year. So One to watch for the future, that's for sure.
Yes, certainly is.
Had the pleasure of meeting his mother, Tracy, I think her name was, in Manawatu. They're one of the great volunteers in the Manawatu Softball Association. Isn't it great the amount of volunteers we have in our great game of softball?
Well, that's right. I mean, and those volunteers are expendable to say the least. You know, they can be as young as kids right up to your own mothers and fathers. So, without them, softball would be, you know, the association wouldn't be able to work. So, they're the biggest hierarchy in any softball association is volunteers, giving up their own time too.
They are indeed, and I would just like to take a moment to thank all of the great volunteers for softball, not only here at the Vic Goethe this weekend, and there are plenty of them, mark my words on that one, but around the country at all the different events and associations, and a heck of a job. Bunt is down, and it's a good defensive play.
Nice. Now, as you can see, did you see how he caught that ball? Dante, he actually changed his glove from, you know, up instead of around to face his body because of the throw that was coming quite fast there. So, young children, watch that.
Learning the tricks and the trades of the game, and a good defensive gem finishes the top of the fourth innings. It's Auckland United trailing by 1, but they'll get a chance to bat here and the bottom of the fourth coming up. 2-1, PK lead. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom of the fourth innings. The graphics up and running here. Let's look at PK's starting lineup. Hasn't changed. It's Campbell Markia, Riley Markia, Thomas Crammon left to right in the outfield. Tyson Burner in the hot corner. Jerome Lamaki at shortstop. Kieran Bolger at second base here. Thomas Markia, the stalwart at first. Looks like they may have made a little change there. I was going to give that to you shortly. This was the starting lineup. Simpson Smith behind the dish. Josh Pettit starting. Looks like Thomas Cameron has come in to first base. And it means we've got a new right fielder. And I think that'll be Norpeter Stockford out there. He was the designated player. So simply Stockford's come into field. Auntie Rowie, and that now allows Thomas Markia to have a rest on the bench here. He'll still be hitting in the lineup. There shouldn't be any change with that. Auckland United trailing by 1 here, looking to find their way back into this one. It's a long way to go in it, to be fair. An hour 45 match-up as the games here at the Vic Goethe. First pitch is delivered outside to Isaac Fletcher, will be followed by Caleb Bonner and Brock Attewell. 1-2-3 here for Auckland United.
So, Chopper, do you have any picks of who's going to win this and also who's going to take out the final? Your thoughts?
Yeah, really tough, to be fair, because when they get to the pointy end of the tournament, there's only 4 teams left in it. PK, AU, Papanui and Ramblers. Because they're all so parable these days, it really is. There's no one-sided affair. It's a big swing from Fletcher. Yeah, of course you've got to go with the team that's already made the final, Ramblers, and
Yes.
they've been commanding the whole way through the tournament. But as you know, in the game of softball, if a team gets hot as they come through, no matter how many games they play on championship finals day, Monday in this case, they can still come all the way through. So any one of these 4
Yes.
teams can win the title. I guess TAB would have Ramblers at higher odds. Papanui have been outstanding.
They have been.
They're going to get the semi-final win to go through. So
It's going to be a hard one to pick.
did I just sit on the fence then?
Yeah, I think you did. That was a good response, Chopper. Thought out plan that was.
Isaac Fletcher.
It's a walk.
A little bit of banter from Fletcher to Pettit all through that at bat too. So if you thought there was a little bit of feeling out there, well, you're probably right at this point.
That's for sure.
Designated runner comes out, Ben Schwarbrick to first base. It'll bring up for a second at bat, hit by pitch. The very first pitch was Caleb Warner. Goes at the first pitch, and that'll pop up the third base. Warner doesn't even bother about running for that one.
He knew what had happened when he hit that ball, so ideally.
It's a competitor too, young Rona. Won't be happy with himself about that, but as they talk about in softball, you've just got to pick up and move on.
Yes, you do.
Leave everything
Especially
in the past.
especially in this calibre and the standard, so you know they're going to catch you out, so walking back to the dugout.
Brock Attawell now. Josh Pettit's gone the whole way here. Didn't swing at that rise ball. Attawell flew out to the second baseman. It was back in the second innings. Bunt is down. And the throw is sideways.
Sideways,
This
yes,
could be
yes,
trouble
yes.
here. There'll be a play at the plate. No, they'll hold him up at third base. Bit of respect shown to the arm of Norpeter Stockford from right field there.
Absolutely. Now, you know, that could be a situation where Duncan could have sent his young runner because, you know, he's very, very quick and able. And to have him hold for, Stockford just to hold his arm up, that's brilliant play because it could be either, you know. One down, could have been two down, but good thinking. Now it could be, now we open the ball game up with Campbell.
So Pettit picking that bunt up, sacrifice bunt from Attawell, throws it away to right field. That puts two runners in scoring position now. Swarbrick at 3, Attawell at 2. And just like that, they're back to the top of the order in Campbell Inoka. Drop ball down low. Pettit is going to have to dig deep now. Just one away, Auntie Rowie.
Absolutely, and this is where, you know, the pitchers will absolutely think about their games because, you know, we've got two runners on, one down. You really want to hold the ball in the catcher's mitt and make it, you know, move around wherever the batter can't hit. However, with Campbell and Okoro at the plate, he certainly is a good batter as well. So, be interesting to watch.
Good battle here. See, it's a warm day here at Early Sports Stadium. Like I said, late 20s, maybe getting close to the early 30s soon. And Josh Pettit, he's feeling a little bit on the hill there, grabbing some of the chalk dirt and just rubbing it on his pitching arm and his catching arm to stop the sweat beads running down his arms, isn't he?
It certainly is a hot game out there, and, you know, he would be feeling the pinch, but in the meantime, he's got a job to do.
Lifter is good, and that was one of those ones where you want it, here it comes, and he just throws it straight through the kitchen sink. Good contest here between Inoka and Pettit.
Yes. Very exciting.
Change of pace, drops it into the catcher. Good hustle though by Pettit to come in,
Yes.
just in case.
Yeah, it's like butterflies what I've got right now.
Well, you think if you've got butterflies, Auntie Ryan, I think the young catcher too, Simpson Smith.
Yes.
Remember, he's only a young man. A big match in his young career.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure things are kind of racing ahead for him. He's just got to try and breathe through it.
Yes. And he takes that walk. Loads up the bases with one down. Interesting.
I don't think you'll see that every day, but Josh Pettit just indicates to the catcher, Simpson Smith, that he was happy with the signal there, down and away on that count. So At least they're on the same page here. Of course, a ground out double play gets them out of the innings for PK. They have been good in the field thus far.
Yes.
They need to try and continue to do that, but Josh Pettit's going to have to throw strikes though.
Yes, he does. He doesn't want to actually throw a walk in this game with the loaded bases, because that'll even up the game easily.
Down low, just missing, and Pettit not happy with himself there. They call it digging a hole, I guess, Auntie Rowie. Two
Yes.
balls, loaded bases, just one down here. He's going to have to groove a lot of pitches, and he's got Dante Matakatia, Ben Anoka, Alfonso Venikovis.
Yes, coming up. This is where I think, somehow you just need to keep talking to your pitcher and make sure he's all good. Pull him back and get him to do the job. Now there's three balls on him, team.
Just the one hit in the ball game thus far for Auckland United. One here really break this thing open. One down kitchen sink. Matakatia, no. Experienced enough. No, he's in a hitter's count still. 3-1.
What would be going through Dante's mind? Interesting.
And Pettit not happy about the call, but the line looked good, but the height looked a little high, that
It
drop
was
ball,
very,
didn't it?
very high, I thought, and wow. You don't see that often at all, actually, in a high calibre game like this, Chopper, so
No, you don't, but what we do see is the game is now tied up, 2 runs apiece.
absolutely.
That bases loaded walk issued to Matakatia. And as we were saying before, it doesn't get any easier. Ben Anoka is going to be up next.
That's right. So you got to think you either have to really throw everything at Ben Anoka for him not to hit, with loaded bases already out there. So let's see what Josh can come up with. He's a great pitcher, so don't count him out. Right now, anyway.
Trying to keep this game moving here, Auntie Rowie.
Yes.
Hour 45, we see Andy McManus, home plate umpire, out there to break up the conference in the middle.
Stop delaying the extra plays to do that.
PK just trying to give JP a bit of a breather on the hill.
Now this is where you're going to throw it straight back at him, the batters.
This is the reason why you're a pickup player too for Josh Pettit, just for these situations. A little bit more giddy up on that one, and that works well as it comes off the bat foul. 2 strikes now for Anoka in the hole. Looks like that one may have collected a little bit of the catch, Simpson Smith, as it come off the bat.
Yes, as he's shaking his hand a bit, so there's something where he didn't catch quite right. It comes with all the territory of softball with these little bit of niggles and injuries, don't they, Chopper?
Well, especially on day 4 of a tournament too, isn't it?
Yeah.
They played a lot of matches here. To be fair, PK came on day 2 Saturday, started their matches. So it gave them time to fly up from Wellington.
Yes.
But, a lot of matches. They'll play 2 to 3, sometimes 4 games in a day. And come championship finals day, that really can take a toll on the body, can't it?
It certainly can, and wow, when you get back-to-back games, it is hard to really, really fathom how you're going to be fit out there with the sun, the heat, and everything else that comes with it.
Yeah, it is indeed. Clever there by Warren Stoddard, head coach, comes out, has a chat to see if his player's okay, but then also takes the opportunity of a quiet word to the home plate umpire. A couple of close calls in this innings, and it was a chance to just add a bit of his advice, if you like.
Yes. Tons of experience from Stoddard, I tell you. So
Big moment in this match, Auntie Rowie.
Yes.
Loaded bases here, 1 down AU, all tied up in the bottom of the 4th.
2 strikes on Ben.
And this will bring in the go-ahead run. The very first pitch after the timeout for the catcher to regroup his catching hand drop ball inside just skirts away. I don't even think he got a glove to it in the end.
I don't think so either. So I think Josh just needs to come back. Just come back a little bit more. He will.
So AU take the lead. And a good finish off low lifter on the outside edge takes care of the dangerous Ben Inoka.
It comes up Alphonse, and then Ben's brother Thomas right behind him. Still.
Vinny Kovis looking to get on base for the first time today. Grounded out to third base, flew out to second in his first 2 bats in this contest. Young catcher, like we were saying before, things got to be racing a little bit for his head here.
I think so, and to be thrown into this epic game, he's got to be, thinking, wow, I'm right here, so I've got a job to do as well. What an experience he's gaining.
Exactly. It's all experience for him
That's
at this
right.
age, that's for sure. First pitch from Vinny Kovis, and that is trouble. Underneath the drop ball, albeit the drop ball was high to be fair, but anytime a batter gets under a drop ball on top of a rise ball, normally bad things are about to happen.
And it'll fly.
Long innings here. Change up. Vinny Kovis floats it out, but he'll run out of territory as it goes foul to the left field line.
So that's 2 on him, which Josh is doing the job as the mount.
We do after walking in the runner to Matakatia up to bat. He's come and been more aggressive at the next 2 hitters, hasn't he?
He has. So he certainly hasn't counted his chickens out, is what I'm saying, but he's coming back. There you go.
Lifter on the inside and takes care of business. So he rams the door shut here, does Josh Pettit, but it's not before Matakatia and Inoka take care of business. A couple of RBIs each,
Yes.
and it is AU that have taken the lead. 3 runs to 2 here. Top of the 5th coming up next. PK will need to answer right back.
Never take time to worry about life. Feel the ground beneath your feet. Know that you are right. There's a world to behold. Another day you will grow old. So take time with the ones you love. Take time with the ones you love.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to ELE Sports Stadium here. We're right in the midst of it here. There's a lead change in this sudden death quarterfinal matchup between Punika Kalbini in black and Auckland United in their home red colours. Well, PK, they got off to a roar at the beginning of this one, scored a run each in the first and the second top of the innings. Then AU chipped in the bottom of the second, picked up a run, but they've just picked up 2 in the bottom of the 4th, which has turned this game on its head. 3 runs to 2 now, AU are leading. Bailey Wani's first lead of the ball game. PK, I guess Auntie Rowie are going to look to try and answer right back, aren't they?
Oh, they certainly will, and they won't sit down doing it, so they are going to come straight back. However, the difference between Josh Pettit and Bailey is actually, can you see the difference? I can. Someone's meaning more business than ever than what Josh is actually struggling with. So this is why I think AU's probably going to work a little bit more towards that opportunity.
He looks like a man on a mission, doesn't he?
He
He'll have to
does.
go through the top of the order, though.
That's correct.
Campbell Campbell Markia for PK, Riley Markia, then Jerome Ramaki, 1, 2, 3 here. But it's their lead-off hitter, so they'll go through the meat and strength of their order here, PK. So if there's ever an opportunity to try and chip back into this lead again,
Absolutely.
now's the time for PK. Our 45 matchups, these ones. This one started a little late, around about 20 past 11. So by my clock, that'll just go foul down the third baseline. We've got ourselves about 16 minutes to go here, Auntie Rowie, and they're in the top of the innings. So if it's a long innings, this will be it.
This will be it.
However, if not, we'll see a sixth innings. PK. Oh, just like you said, Andrew, I see it now. You see on that delivery from Bailey Hawani, just with purpose on the outside edge, challenging the hitter.
Yes, he is.
Campbell and Oka spent some time in the Black Sox jersey for a while as well. A couple of years back now, though. Change up, skips it in. Got a question from Israel Nukunuku. The story behind Isaac Fletcher catching. All I can come up with, I haven't had a chance to talk to AU about it yet, but there's no Callum Compain this weekend, Auntie Rowie, so
no.
he's their regular go-to catcher. And I've got to be honest with you, I've never ever seen Isaac Fletcher catch before.
Neither have I. It's a first given for me this year, and I normally see Colin, but not this time round.
In saying that, he's doing a heck of a job back there.
He's doing a hell of a job. I tell you, he's a walking wounded horse. He's got muscles that he's never felt before all weekend. He's had ice packs everywhere, and wow, he's just phenomenal.
It'll drop. Swing on a drop ball that, unfortunately for Fletcher, just giving the marks can't handle. So Campbell will get the job done here. The lead-off drop third strike, safe on first base. Just what the doctor ordered for PK, that's for sure.
Yeah, so that was a shame. Never mind.
Would have been the fifth strikeout of the contest for
It would have
Wani.
been.
Riley Markia.
You see what Caleb can do to stop his teammate.
Time called here. Fletcher's just to come in and have a chat. Markia has had an interesting one today. Hit by pitch in the first innings. And then back in the second innings, he had that squibbler off the end of his cue ball shot off the end of his bat up the middle. And that actually brought in a run in the end. Plenty of power on the bat does young Riley Markia. And straight from the junior Black Sox through to the senior
Seniors.
Black Sox side. Prince Albert, he helped New Zealand get the bronze medal. Then went to a tournament pre-World Cup in Prague the very next year for the Black Sox. Off and running on the pitch, and he will swipe it. Turn the clock back a little bit there as Campbell Markia. Just what PK needed. Now in scoring position, only one run in this ball game. We've got
That's
ourselves
right.
a real game here, don't we, Auntie Rowe?
Yeah, we certainly have, and what you said earlier, this is what PK needs to do. They've got the opportunity at the top of the order. Why not exceed on that? And with that steal, it certainly would help.
One's a count on young Riley. Bailey Hawani throwing every pitch for Auckland United here in this quarterfinal. I get the feeling the next few pitches are going to be very important to the outcome of this match. Drop ball. Just below the
Just
zone.
below. Oh, that looked really good. Just not quite there.
Line was perfect. Just the height. Wani ready now. It's a bunt attempt, and unluckily for Fletcher behind the dish, the legs just don't get out from underneath him quick enough, because that was a catchable option for a catcher for sure.
Absolutely. And like I said, he's a walking wounded. He's just his whole body's wracked.
I walked past him on yesterday when I first got to the ballpark, and he was on the massage table there.
Yes.
Michelle, his wife, was giving him a rub down. I said, I bet you're the first on the last off. You know what? After seeing the way he's playing, he deserves to be the first on the last off.
Absolutely.
2-2 now. Up the middle, off Wani's leg. Can he regather? Yes, he can.
He does. Nice work.
Time will be called here for sure. That was a full-blown drive right into the
Legs.
right leg, inner thigh, if you like, of Bailey One. He's got a smile on his face. What's going on there? Isaac Fletcher's coming out. Now you feel a little bit like me, buddy.
There you go. It is that. But if he didn't stop that, it could have gone up the middle and scored a run.
They would have tied the ball game for sure. With one out here, I don't like the chances of Jerome Ramaki getting too many
there
pitches.
we go. What do we do here?
Drove in a run in the first innings of the double to left centre field, and then first pitch drove it into the first baseman's glove. His second at bat, that was back in the second innings to complete it. So they're going to try, and I would think they'll be very tentative here to Jerome.
Yes.
Outside above the zone. One of the things with Jerome Ramaki, we saw him pull that ball hard down the line.
Yeah.
But his first shot was to off field. He's got the ability to hit both sides
He
of the
can.
field, doesn't he?
And if he does take that opportunity, guess what? The runner will come home if it's a fly ball. So
Professional at bat required here for sure. There's that one inside, but I like that lifter how it curls into the
in,
left-hand
yes.
hitter. So even Jerome Ramaki can't keep that one fair.
got to think that Bailey's trying to actually pitch to his infield then more than his outfield, so they can stop the play. Because if that happens, then the play will be made and stop the run on third. That's my thought plan anyway, Chopper.
It is indeed. You did right. Infield is in, drawn in. Marticati at second base is in front of the line. Rono will take a couple of steps in before the delivery as well. So they're protecting that runner coming home, trying to protect this lead that Auckland United have late in this ball game. Squeeze play. Goes foul off the bat of Raumaki. I tell you what, that's a clever call by head coach Stoddard there.
Very clever call because the runner was gone. Absolutely gone.
Wani reset here. Behind the count a little bit. Raumaki, if he ever is behind the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Outside.
Ooh. You can see Isaac was really calling that one.
Straight into the glove where he had the target, but to be fair, it was off the plate.
It was.
Unfrazzled at this point, though, is Raumaki. Tying run at third base and Campbell mark here. 2-2 counters. Hawani steps back. Here it comes. Tries the same spot, same result here. That'll fill up the count 3-2.
3-2.
And yeah, they're going to be tentative with Ramaki in this situation. Thomas Mark here,
Is on deck.
a.k.a. Larry, waiting on deck for an opportunity. Time called. Going to play this one in his own time here.
The anticipation of our audience here, Chopper. They're just sitting on the edge of their seats.
I think this is the opportunity too, Auntie Rowie.
Yeah.
We're just about to click an hour 30 on the clock.
Wow.
And an hour 40 on the clock. So this will be the last innings for sure. PK have to push the run across.
Cross, yep. To make it into the 6th.
Only one down here. Inside. Just dispatches, gets rid of that one. Doesn't want that one down there, does Aramaki.
And you see the calibre of Jerome, you know, anything close to him, he's just going to let rip. So, you know, Bailey's got a lot of work to do, and so does Isaac, to actually keep that ball away from him, of what his favouritism of his pitches are, because they know that Jerome can slice it.
Aramaki just getting the sweat out of his sunglasses. I tell you what, PK, great ball club, but playing in black and black on championship day when it's streaming hot,
Yes.
boy, that must be tough.
It is very tough. But that's their colours down there.
It is indeed.
And it's probably because Wellington is such a windy city, do you think? That they had to play in what, black?
I
Come on,
tell
I'm
you
just
what,
guessing.
Auntie Rowie, to be fair, Wellington on a beautiful day, you can't be beat. It's an amazing city.
Yes.
Only problem with those beautiful days are very far and few between.
I would know, my family lives down there, so...
Well, Jerome Ramaki put a
Here
smile
we
on
go.
the temperature dial here. 3-2. Outside. Big battle there. Jerome Ramaki will win it down to first base.
And here we come with the legendary Thomas Mark here. So much respect I have for this man. Very much.
Question for you, Auntie Rowie. We saw head coach Stoddard throw down the squeeze play there with Jerome up to bat. Is that an option here for Thomas Marker up to bat here at this point as well?
Absolutely. Throw him in that mix. I mean, I know he's been a legendary and a big hitter. Have you seen him in a squeeze play? I guess not. And that, you know, if you want to do that, it's only one down. Got corners occupied.
Got to tie it up before they can win it, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It's straight out of the playbook of head coach Stoddy.
Yeah. And he's making those calls and very precise at them too. So Thomas just needs to know what job he has to do.
Yohani continues on the hill here. One strike on Mark here. Off and running on the pitch. Bunt goes straight up, unfortunately.
And it's a double.
And it's a double play. Ramaki takes off to first base without looking at the pop-up from Markia. And he is dead coming back to first base. So squeeze play, I don't know if it was, but definitely a bunt play. And does not pay off in this time, Auntie Rowie. A climax averted here for Auckland United. They hold the lead 3 runs to 2.
But it's still exceptional with Stoddard with that call. You know, it could have gone any way with that bunt. If Thomas had made that play down, it could have, should have, would have, but it didn't pay off.
Well, from my reckoning, there's only a couple of minutes in it before the time clock is up, and it's up to the official score on that one anyway. We'll find out when we come back. It'll be the bottom of the 5th, first for Auckland United. They won't be in a hurry. You can bet that one on bottom dollar. 3-2, AU lead, PK. Welcome back here to ELE Sports Stadium. Climatic finish in this major quarterfinal matchup between Punika Kalbini in the field in black here and Auckland United, the home side, trying to work their way to the grand final at 3 o'clock today. They do have the lead in the bottom of the 5th innings. The game clock has got to be getting low at this point. They'll have Thomas Anoka, Ruben Torpia and Isaac Fletcher, 1, 2, 3 here, Auckland United. As they won't be in a hurry here. They'll be well aware of the time clock for sure, Auntie Rowley.
Yes, they will be. So it'll be to their advantage, and this is where it's starting to be questioned now. Time. There we go.
And there it is. The time is up. We knew there wasn't much left on it. And we have ourselves a winner here. PK come out gallant to start this one off with a couple of runs in the first and the second. But it was AU, one in the third, but the two they picked up in the fourth proved to be the distance. Remember, Auntie Rowe, the tying run was walked in as well. So it's 3-2 AU, the end and final score here in this quarterfinal matchup. They'll go on to play Papanui. Auntie Rowe, quickly though, your thoughts on the match?
I think it was an exceptional game on both sides. It's just unfortunate that, you know, the win that gets AU ahead was a walk. However, the calibre is still there with the softball on both sides. So, you know, big ups to AU hanging in there with Bailey taking the mound, and you could see the business end of Bailey's face. Josh Pettit, he did very, very well, I thought. Just a little bit ruffled underneath it all, but look, he had his great teammates behind him, but legendaries all around. Congratulations, AU. Here we go to the third game.
Yes, you did right there. Congratulations, AU. They'll move on to the semi-final. That one will be in about 10 or 15 minutes. We'll go off here and reset everything for you. We'll be back with all that action. Congratulations, of course, goes to PK. An outstanding
Absolutely.
ball game and an outstanding Vic Guth as well.
Yes.
That'll leave them in fourth place officially for the tournament. So not a bad outing.
No.
I'm sure Josh Pettit would have liked to continue to throw this weekend. It looked like he could have as well.
And you know, a big ups to him as well with his teammates, and he's come a long way to actually play. Been picked up, and also, you know, he's done well. Well done to them all.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of all the crew at Ballpark Broadcasting here at ELE Sports Stadium. We've got Will Micklejohn on the switcher, Matt Jordan, ground announcing on this one, Simon Watson in charge of the crew today, all day today, and of course, Auntie Ronnie, Marina Smith, thank you for your time. I'm Jason Goose, aka Chopper. We'll be back with the semi-final. It'll be AU taking on ELE Papanui. Back soon.